Okay.
This is exclusive from Leading the Ring.
Did you have a chance to watch the Andre Dirrell versus Arthur Abraham fight?
Yeah, I did. I did get to see it. Yeah, Abraham, he gives you plenty of opportunities to beat him. He covers up too long. He takes naps. You know, he goes those breaks, those pit stops where he just covers up. And you know, we get carried away with him because he's won some good fights where we've seen him. We can't carry away. We make him a better fighter than he is. He throws wide punches. He throws punches like somebody never taught him anything. And like I said, he takes too many breaks where he covers up and allows you to control the tempo and get things done. And I just felt that if Dirrell, again, had gained something in the mental department of mental maturity, of mental toughness, this was going to be his fight to win. And he did. He showed the development. He showed the gain. He showed, you know, some of what he was served by in that experience with Fox. He was a little more mature. He settled down a little bit. He didn't run all over the place. And he took what was given him. Again, Abramson gives you a lot. And instead of running all over the place, Dirrell took what he gave him.
Right.
I think that you could make an argument if you wanted to, that towards the end of that fight, Dirrell possibly could be faltering a little bit. You could make the question, or ask the question, was he starting to fall apart? Was he starting to deteriorate from pressure of Abramson? You could ask that question, and you wouldn't be wrong. And then, of course, he slips, and he gets hit that punch, and the right thing was done. He was disqualified for that. You know, I think that I'm not in his mind, you know, to say, well, as a fighter, maybe he was just, you know, taking advantage of an opportunity without really having the mindset or the understanding clearly that he was on the ground. He was just following through with an offensive attack. I think that's BS. I mean, again, I'm not in his mind, I'm not in his body,
Right.
but to me, it looked more like a Roy Jones Jr. situation with Montel Griffin years ago where he couldn't do what he wanted with Griffin, and then when he finally got a chance, when he had him in that position, he was frustrated, you know, and he felt that he was behind in the fight, and, you know, he took advantage of a situation that, you know, that presented itself, and to me, that's kind of what happened here. He slips, he's on the ground, he's behind in the fight, he knows he's behind in the fight, his corner told him he's behind in the fight, his corner told him, you know, it's a desperate situation, you have to knock him out, and he, you know, he gets this situation, and he goes and he does what he does, but I think what was appalling, and nobody's talking about this, is that the promoter, Sauerland, makes a statement. The fight is one thing to make a statement. He was being a parakeet. He was just echoing what he heard his promoter Sauerland say. But Sauerland's never taken a punch in his life. He makes money on other people taking punches, other people taking risks. For that son of a gun to go and say he's a good actor, you know what? Someone should have called him out on that. Who the hell are you? Who the freak are you to make a statement? You've never taken a punch in your damn life. Let me put you down in that same position and hit you a shot and see if you're acting. We can debate afterwards whether or not you're acting when I knock you flat on your ass. We can talk about what a good actor Sauerland is. You know, for the fighter to say it, that's one thing. But for him to say that, and he was the one who initiated that, he said it, and then the fighter just followed on it. I think that was appalling. I really do. I think it was disgraceful for him to say that. Because we didn't know how injured the guy was. You know, we didn't know, we had no idea of the degree of severity of what the situation was at that time. We just knew that he was, you know, he was in a position that medically he was going to be taken to the hospital. We knew that he was in some kind of distressful situation. And for him to make that statement, he's a good actor. I think it was, I really do. That really bothered me. It really bothered me.
You're listening to Leave It in the Ring. You're listening to Leave It in the Ring.
Well, Jay, what'd you think, man? What's your comments? What's your thoughts about what Teddy had to say?
It was right on the money. It was right on the money. I've told people that a million times. I even put that exact same statement on Twitter. Let's see. That was one of the first things I put on Twitter. Let's put you on the ground and let you get hit by one of the hardest hitting the man in the surrounding weight classes, and see how you take it. I mean, it was a perfect example. He took the words right out of my mouth, man. You know, I didn't pay attention to that as well. For a promoter to never have even stepped in the ring, let alone with the guy who hit with the punch of Barbara Abraham, to worry if I was acting or not, then that's totally disrespectful. It's sad to see. And yes, Arthur Abraham did play the parakeet. He did play the parrot. He just repeated what he heard. But that's lack of character comes from both of them. But at the words of Teddy, man, you know, I couldn't have said it any better.
Absolutely, brother. You know, and I think Teddy was on that one, man. When I don't know if you could hear me chuckling in the background when he was talking about.
I was just laughing.
You know, because it's so true, man. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's easy to sit back and go, oh, man, that didn't hurt, when you don't really know. I mean, there have been people that have been in light accidents and then have internal bleeding, you know what I'm saying, and not even know that, you know.
Yeah.
So, hey, all I can say, Dre, is, man,